Hey Virgo. So let's just jump right into the reading. I'm using, oh gosh, the I'll have to look it up. I can't remember what the name of this deck is. Yeah, so the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups um, in the classic Rider-Waite deck shows someone sitting under a tree and they look, mopey and sad, and they're staring at this cup that's spilled over. Yet behind the person are three full cups that are still upright. So it talks about apathy, boredom. Um, and so times in our life where either we're just being blind to the fact of all the good we have, but it's really just hyper focusing on something negative, like the one thing that, oh, if I only had that, everything would be great, and ignoring all the good things that we do have. So it really calls on us to bring perspective into our lives, and it's a little bit of a, if you're obsessed with something, so you can just be obsessed with something that hasn't gone right, or whether it's a relationship, a person, whatever you become hyper focused on, and you think that only if that happens are you ever going to be happy again, or that's the sole reason for your unhappiness, and you're just completely blind to all the other things that you really do have. You only have one cup that's tipped over and three full ones. So are you really being balanced in your thinking and your perspective? Um, and perhaps if you focus on something else and don't put, where your energy and thoughts go, your energy goes. So if you're just constantly harping on this one negative thing, it's going to become all consuming, and it's really distorting your actual experience in your life and what you really have and what you're really experiencing, because you're just so hyper focused on one thing. It's not healthy. It's not good for you emotionally. You need to try to somehow bring balance, and I think that's where this person, or however you want to try to center yourself and open up your mind. For me, it's really tarot cards. They help me consider different perspectives and um, meditate, and they really make me feel better about things actually after I read them. So, whatever it is, maybe it's going for a run. It doesn't have to be um, going to church, but that may be it for you too, and that's perfectly fine. So let's see what this last card is. The Queen of Swords. Wow. So the Queen of Swords is going to kind of come in and look at this situation and see you um, crying over your spilled cup on the Four of Cups, and she's gonna set you straight. She's gonna tell you that, come on, this isn't so bad. You still have three full cups. You're being over emotional. Let's pick yourself up, take a shower. We're going out. Quit your moping. Things could be way worse. So she doesn't she she doesn't do well with a lot of emotion. And that could be part of it too, that if you are more like the Queen of Swords and you're feeling very emotional, it could be very disconcerting for you because you're just really not comfortable with all these emotions. So maybe something's bothering you a lot, and it shouldn't be bothering you as much as it is, and that's really bothering you, that it's bothering you so much, if that makes any sense. Um, she doesn't like all those emotions. Uh, so, but the way I am reading this is I really think if you're stuck in the Four of Cups, um, that you really need to sort of to bring the Queen of Swords energy into your life. And she's the type of person, she'd be a lawyer. She's very logical. Um, she may be a little blunt at times, but she really has a way of bringing really getting to the heart of the matter and just being objective about it, though, removing the emotions and giving you a clear cut way to proceed. Um, so it's interesting that the Hierophant can kind of bring the soul searching spiritual side. The Queen of Swords is going to bring you the practical way um, to get out of this. This person's going to have you soul search and consider, and which is great, but at some point the Queen of Swords energy needs to come in and you need to make a decision and move forward and get away from this Four of Cups, because the Four of Cups is definitely not a place to live your life. And if you're finding yourself living in the Four of Cups, um, you really need to work hard to get out of there, because it's definitely a place everyone finds themselves now and again, but it's a really unhappy place to live. And I think people sometimes get so used to feeling miserable, sometimes they don't even, it's comforting because it's how it's been. So there's comfort in familiarity, but it's not particularly healthy or accurate of how your life really is. And so you need the perspective of the Queen of Swords to cut away this emotional filter. I talk about that a lot, that we view our life through, um, and give you a better perspective. It might hurt. You think of swords, they can be cutting. It might hurt, but she's usually right, and you would do well to listen to her and try to bring her energy into your life and be, if you need to cut something, let go. Maybe you need to kick that cup that's tipped over, kick it into usually there's like I think a river in the picture. I'm not really sure if I'm remembering that right. Maybe you just need to kick that down into the river and let it go. Um, and be done with it and stop focusing all your time and energy and look to something new and make a plan, be exact about it. She's a little cold and calculating and not emotional, but if when you're absorbed in the Four of Cups, you need something more um, solid and concrete and less emotional, and maybe tasks, writing lists, like crossing things off, being very exact, and working towards something very deliberately, very methodically, and not letting your emotions rule. So thanks so much for watching. Take care.